All this procrastination is just fear in disguise. Fear itself is afraid that this split second that you decide doing this is where the power dynamic shifts, and then fear becomes afraid of you. This is probably going to be the shortest video I've seen all day. But I've been thinking about it. You want the perfect pitch, the perfect book, the perfect webinar, the perfect script, the perfect shoot, the perfect slides, the perfect offer, the perfect website, the perfect page, perfect everything. Before you even make the first move. I was watching, I think it was Tristan Tate. The other day, there was a guy asking about the perfect diet. And it was like, man, you eat McDonald's every day. Just don't worry about the perfect thing. Just stop eating McDonald's every day at 3 a.m. So if you just sit down for a minute and you find yourself waiting for the perfect thing and the perfect moment and the perfect this and the perfect that, how about you just take a moment and sit with yourself and realize maybe there's a possibility that I'm just scared. Maybe that's just all this procrastination is just fear in disguise. And remember that fear is afraid. By definition, fear itself is afraid. As long as you think you're smaller than your emotions, you feel smaller than fear, trying to hide in the corner of your mind, trying to not, try to hide it from fear. The second you just sit down, relax your shoulders, you realize, oh, wait a minute, that's a physical sensation, some tightening here, this a bit, maybe cloudy thoughts and stuff, and just realize whatever the symptoms are. And you just say, all right, let's see what you got, then you call it up. The act of you putting a line in the sand, sitting here and say, all right, let's see what you got. You just sit there by yourself for a moment. Changes the power dynamics in your mind. When you stop being afraid of fear, maybe not all the fears in the world, but just this particular fear you're having right now about making your video, making your pitch, making your script, making your offer, doing whatever it is. And it's always the same thing. At the beginning, I used to be, remember, I was a chronic stutterer, dude. No sound would come out of my face. I could not make a sound before. So I was afraid of speaking to one person. Stuttering is just stage fright on steroids, okay? And it's overcomable. Yeah, went past stuttering to now coaching international keynote speakers, TV hosts, national trainers. So at the beginning is maybe you're afraid of speaking to a small group. Then you're afraid of speaking to a group of 30 people. Then you're afraid of speaking to a group of 3,000. Then you're afraid of speaking if the people have more money or status than you. Then you're afraid of closing deals over X. Or you're just afraid. It's the same cycle. And once you do it once, you sit down there, and then if you don't know EFT will take you a long way. Just take the edge off. The tapping thing or just the shoulder thing. Yeah, even though I'm afraid, that's all good. You want to go in stereo, do the other one. Yeah, even though I'm afraid, that's okay. So just any type of technique, because the act of you stopping to run away from the fear that's keeping you stuck, frozen in place and paralyzed by overanalyzing things, waiting for the perfect moment. And yes, there's such a thing as timing yourself on the wave. Like there's the AI wave, the robotic wave, the quantum computer wave, the automation wave. These are all things. There's such a thing as timing. But if you're honest with yourself and you realize, man, I'm scared. I'm scared. So rather than chicken out, don't even tell no one. Just sit there at the table and let it come up. Might take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 20 minutes if you're not good at all. 17 seconds if you're an advanced meditator. Or if you're dealing with a small thing. But just the act, the second you decide to sit there and face it internally. You don't have to go nowhere, climb a mountain, wrestle against anybody. Just sitting there. This split second that you decide, doing this, this is where the power dynamic shift, and then fear becomes afraid of you, which it's naturally afraid. So rather than having you trying to run away, it's going to run away. And don't let it. Grab that thing by the throat. Come here. What's wrong with you? Grab that thing. What's wrong with you? I'm exaggerating, but the feeling, that's a bit too advanced. I have a technique called Take Me to Your Boss. I don't want to tell that on YouTube video because I don't know who's watching this. But for my advanced guys, when you find a fear or any emotion or something, you grab that thing by the throat. Like when you catch a drug dealer on the corner of the street, they don't waste time arresting that dude because they know 15 minutes later there's another dude selling what he was selling on the street corner. They get that dude, then they rough him up a little bit. Who's your boss? Take me to your boss. And they're trying to find the boss of 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 the boss. Now, I don't know on YouTube how advanced you are with this internal consciousness stuff. But if you're advanced and you know what I'm talking about, find a little flimsy fear, you take that thing, take me to your boss. Oh, snap. That, oh yeah, that. Okay. You have the courage to face that one. You decide to let that, take me to your boss. And then you do this a few times until you get the, oh, snap. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And then you see where that thing's come from. And it's just to make sense as to why this little thing was scaring you so much. Just because there's a stack of fears behind it. So you can choose to do one at a time or just handle the stack. But don't do anything you're not comfortable. If you're a beginner, like I don't want to teach this on YouTube. If you're a beginner, don't screw yourself up. You handle the emotions you're comfortable handling by growing the muscles of letting them come up and handling them. In hockey, we call it play the man. You don't play the puck, you play the man. So I don't worry about the puck, where the puck is going. If I handle that guy, the puck ain't going nowhere. So don't mess with one particular fear. The ones that you are comfortable with, just the act of sitting there and deciding, work on it, heal it, let it go, surrender it. If you're a person of faith, surrender that to God. A simple act in a split second changes the power dynamics and opens up your mind to a world of possibilities that you could not see before just because your fear had you stuck in rectal myopia. You had your head so far between your legs that you couldn't see past your nose. Hope that helps. Just try to get this as the shortest video possible. If you like this video, share it with somebody that might benefit from this, like it, didn't like this, want to make sure nobody ever sees that again, don't share it, and hit the thumbs down button twice so YouTube knows how to bury that thing. Thanks for watching. I've been Sly. Godspeed.